Good day, Nick from Vulcan Gun Refinishing here. Today I've got a couple of Garand stocks, just used stuff that I've had laying around that I picked up. I don't know if any of it's World War II. None of the wood has any cartouches on it, so not sure. It's not terrible wood, but as you can see, it's got its share of dings and dents and that kind of stuff. So we're going to give it a clean up, going to give it a boil. Let some of the grease and stuff come out of there, let them dings pop up. It's going to make it look a lot nicer. As I said, I don't think it's military, I don't think it's World War II. One of these has a proof. This one's got a serial number on it. This was on a gun that had come back from Denmark. So whether it's an actual US GI stock, I don't know, I can't tell you. No markings, no proof fire, none of that stuff. No cartouches on the side there. Nothing that I can see anyway. So we're going to assume it's a post-war stock. But anyway, we'll boil it, clean it. You can see all those dings. I mean, it's just peppered with them. And then in here, once again, that channel where the receiver sits is just black, just filthy. You can see it. It's had a couple of brass nails put in it there for a crack repair. I can just see that crack right there too. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. So it's had some kind of arsenal repair. But look at just how black that is inside of there. Just absolutely filthy. And then there's some kind of Danish markings. It's got that same serial number again. A little hard to read it all. Yeah, and there's so much oil and grease on the sticker, you can't really read much of it anymore anyway. I'm trying to see if there's even a date on there. Yeah, July 19. It's like July. You probably can't read it, but it's July 1991. 1991, yep. So it was still in Norwegian or Danish inventory as far as 91. So interesting. So that's that one. I'm just going to boil it, clean it up, you know, just have it in inventory for a Garand that might come in. The guy doesn't want to buy new wood. So, and here's another one here that I picked up over the years. Once again, I don't think it's military. I don't see any cartouches. Now they may have been sanded off at some time in its life. Hard to say. They can't talk to us, so. But once again, it's you know, it's got a few dings and dents. This one's not bad. It's a little bit cleaner, but while I'm doing some wood, I'll do this as well. I mean, it has the typical down in there. Of course, it's just filthy, just absolutely filthy. So when it comes back out of that boiling tank, it's going to look pretty much like new again. So. And all the dings, all that. I'll stain them both to match each other. I make my own color stain, which kind of duplicates kind of an old growth color with a little bit of red in it. Hand guards, they're all decent, nothing too severe. You know. Once again, don't know if they're American made or what, or if the Danish even made their own hand guards. This might be all American wood supplied to the Danes. I don't know anything about this this second stock here. It does have a proof fire. Let me just go back to that for a second. It does have a proof fire on it, so it's got some American heritage anyway. Probably post-war, I'm sure. Say the hand guards are all pretty good. No big deal. Just got some grime, and you know, they're not bad for what they are. I've certainly seen worse, but I'll clean them up and mint them out. Everything else looked good. Like I say, I don't see any cracks on any of this stuff. If there's a crack, it'll show up after it's boiled, that's for sure. Any weak spots show up with the boiling. So, but that all looks good. That one doesn't look bad. Just greasy, oily. First thing I'll do is go over it with lacquer thinners, just a rag just filthy dripping with lacquer thinners, and clean the bulk of that grease and oil off. Then I'll give it a boil. Usually I boil my wood twice. Boil it once, let it sit for a week or so, let some of the oil come out, and then boil it a second time. Usually the second time is the one that does it. You don't get too much oil coming out after that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned up, and you can follow along. Good. Alright, so I've just gone over these with lacquer thinner just to get some of the crud off of them so I'm not polluting my boiling tank. I have a special tank I built for boiling gun stocks, but I don't like to get it filled with any more grease and dirt than I have to. I mean, it happens. You know, I got to change the bath every half a dozen rifle stocks or so, but we try and make it last as long as we can. So at least by going over with some thinners, you know, clean up some of the obvious grime. I was able to get that sticker that was down in there out. I got it out without too much damage. Let's just have a look at that. It's, like I said, this gun I believe was a Danish gun, and you can see it's 196639. That's the serial number of the stock, same number that's on the stock, and it's dated July of '91. You can see that up in the upper right hand corner. So they were still using Garands in '91. I'm not sure what the other symbols mean, but I may save that sticker, I may not, I don't know. Like I say, I don't even know if the wood's American. Who knows? But at least it's not quite so grungy. So into the tank they go now, and we'll see what they look like in a little bit. Okay? Alright, great. Alright, we're back with our two Garand stocks. They were just spare pieces of wood I had laying around. And I was boiling some other wood for some projects, so I thought, you know what, I'll throw these Garand stocks in there and see what we can get these look like. I can fix these up and use them on dummy guns or, you know, other types of projects. I went over these a little bit earlier and showed you one had American heritage because it had a proof fire cartouche right there, so that's still there. But you can see how nice and clean, how beautiful that stock came out. A little bit of a water stain there. And this is only one boil. This wood's had one boil. It's going to get a second boil yet. But if I just move in there, you can see how nice that grain opens right up. It's just beautiful. It's going to take stain and glue and wood filler like nothing now. So it just looks good. All the little dings pop out. It turns out really great. I'm glad I found out that method. This is a pretty nice stock. I don't really see much in the way of cracking. It's a pretty sound stock. I don't see any cartouches at all. I do notice one thing. Just put it up against this one. It looks like it's been bedded. I see some looks like bedding material here. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, whether I can dig that out or sand it off or do whatever I have to do with it. Just in that area and a little bit in, you know, in along these edges here down inside. There's a little bit of filler, epoxy or something along these edges. So, but I'll try to clean that up. But other than that, this stock is nice. Come out really good. So. Few little marks, dings I got to fill, but you can see how nice and clean that channel came out. You know, usually these are so filthy, but this one is, you know, it's pretty damn clean. One more boil, and it's going to be even better, but looks pretty good so far. Looks like this gun got a little bit hot. The wood actually is burnt up at the front there, so this gun saw some bit of firing going on at one point. You can see that burnt wood, so. Must have got pretty damn hot. So anyway, that's that stock. So we're happy. That looks pretty good. Then there was this other stock, which it had a sticker inside the barrel channel in there. It looked like a Danish sticker. It was dated '91. It had some other information on it that I didn't quite understand. But this is that one too. It had a crack. Well, you couldn't see the crack very good before, but you can sure see it now that it's been boiled. There's that crack there. There were a couple of brass nails that they had driven in. Probably an arsenal repair. As I said earlier, don't even know if this is American wood or if the Danes made their own wood or what. But this one was just hammered with dings and dents. Well, being a military stock, they just threw them around. But it's amazing how many dings and dents come out. You know, you can't really tell. But you know, some of the sharp ones are still there. Ones where the wood fibers are broken and things, like down in here. You know, those aren't going to pop out. But I think you can tell, especially if you compare this to the original video where I hadn't boiled them yet, you can see how much better that looks. Once again, hardly any cracking going on here. It's a pretty nice stock, pretty solid stock. Just that one crack there where they had the brass nails. But once again, the amount of dings that pop out is phenomenal. So I got a lot less work now than I did, you know, a couple of days ago before we boiled it. So, you know, all the lines are nice and sharp on this. So this will be a nice stock. This will refinish up really nice. Got some numbers here. I know they don't mean anything to me, but just showing you once again that they all survived the boiling quite nice. I don't know if I'll try to sand those marks out of there. They're kind of deep. But, well, we'll see. And there's a serial number. Yeah, there's a serial number up here, too. And that matched that serial number on that piece of wood inside the stock. So 196639. So, anyway, I want another crack back there, but nothing too severe. So we'll get this filled and get that other one filled, too. We'll keep you posted on how that's coming along as we do it. Let's just have a quick look at these hand guards. Now, if there's cracks or weak spots in the wood, it's going to show up in the boiling. And there were a couple places where this wood cracked, but I can guarantee you it was already cracked before. So the boiling doesn't hurt it. I mean, I'm sure it stresses the wood. So if it's got a weak point, it's going to let go in that point. But other than that, this piece is almost ding-free. I mean, it's really nice, really in good shape. So I'll stain all this wood to match each other. I see it's, you know, a couple different shades right now, but we'll fix that. There's this little darker piece of walnut. This one had a chip. Yeah, going to need a piece put in right there. That's missing a little piece of wood right there, but that's all right. We can fix that. But other than that, it's almost ding-free again. Just about zero cracking on this one. This one's in really nice shape. So. And like I say, dings are almost non-existent, so that's a good one. So, and these other hand guards, they're once again, look how clean that is. A couple of cracks, but that's all minor detail. Nothing we can't fix. So, you say if the wood is weak, it's going to show up. But so a little bit of gluing, crack there, and a crack up there. It's a little worse on the back side, but that's all right. We'll glue that up. You won't even see that on the back side. So I've had them a lot worse than this. So, but she's nice and clean, and she'll take glue like crazy now. So certainly a nice piece of wood, good piece of wood to work with. And this piece too, as well, just nice. Couple of little marks and dings in it, but not bad. Not bad. It looks way better now that it's boiled. That boiling is a phenomenal process. So it's like I see a crack right there, and it extends onto the inside. But it's all right. We'll fix it. We'll put some wood glue in there. But overall, they came out good. And that's just the first boil. So once I give them another boil, then a few more dings are going to pop out, and any stray oil or grease that's down in the cracks and crevices, that'll all pop out. So they're going to be real nice. I'm going to let them sit now for a week or so, and it might be a little more oil is going to come to the surface. So no rush. Just give another week or two. I've got lots of other projects to work on, so we'll get them done, and then we'll get back on our wood here and give it a second boil. And so it should look pretty good. I'll keep you posted on how this set is coming along. It'll look good. All right. All right, we're back with our spare Garand wood. Like I said, I don't have any actual need at this moment for this wood, but there's just some spare pieces laying around that were certainly too nice to throw away. And I thought it might give you guys a chance to see, you know, how I do wood, maybe pick up a few ideas. And it'd be nice if we can all be able to repair wood and save some wood, you know what I mean? Too many pieces I'm sure get thrown away because people don't know how to fix it or clean it or save it. Certainly not saying this method is the best method, but it works good for me. I've been using it for years and years. As I said, I boil the wood, and this wood's had its first boil, and you can see already how much cleaner it is from when I started. But now we're going to go ahead and give it another boil. You know, it's had time for the oil to come back up to the surface, and you can see how nice that channel is in there, how clean that's come out. There's that bedding again. This rifle was glass bedded at one time, so I'll have to address that. But you can see the oil. See how the oil is working its way out, seeping back out. There's a water stain there from the last boil, but I'll get that out. So just one more quick boil. Nothing too severe. We don't want to crack the wood or stress it any more than we have to, but I'm just not quite happy with that. It's pretty nice, but I know I can get it a little bit better. So the tanks are up and running for some other projects anyway, so I'm going to throw these in there, give them another quick boil, and that'll be it. Whatever they are, and I'll start filling. And I mean, there's no rush on this. Like I say, I don't even have a project for this wood, so it may be a while before I actually get it finished for you to see, but it will get it done. I'm just busy, so many projects on the go, and we're revamping the shop right now, so there's lots of interruptions for me. But anyway, you can see it's coming out really nice, and we'll go ahead and get this. I'll be back. Alright, so we have our spare Garand stocks boiled now for the second and last time. I'm not going to boil them anymore. As you can see, they come out just beautiful. Everything's nice and clean. This is that one, let's see. This is that one, yeah, with the Danish or Norwegian markings that I had down in the channel there. Just look at how clean that channel is now. Isn't that amazing? I mean, look at how it's like new. You can even see all the machining marks. But it's a nice way to get them clean. And like I say, you remember how bad this one was for dings. And you can see now just how many of them have popped out. Oh, there's still some, absolutely. There's still some that we're not going to, not going to get them to pop out. We're going to have to fill them. But, I mean, super clean, nice looking grain. Everything comes out really, really sharp. So, and boiling it, like I say, kind of opens the grain up a bit and makes it look a little bit more, vintage. I just want to have a look at that. Once again, none of the numbers, you can still see that numbers plain as day, 196639, just as plain as day. A couple minor cracks right there, but we saw those right from the beginning. So, but you just can't beat this method for getting them nice and clean. I mean, look, you can see how it looks like it was milled just yesterday. So now it's going to be a simple matter. Now it's a really simple matter, just going ahead and giving it some stain and filler and everything, and everything's going to stick, like crazy. This is that one that had the proof fire. You see that proof fire mark, which once again, comes out really nice. It doesn't get lost in the boiling or anything. So we'll go ahead and get that one filled and stained and all that. I'm not exactly sure when I'll get these two projects done. They're not, like I say, I don't really need them. So I've got other paying jobs to work on. But I'll keep you in the loop as I'm plugging away on these things, and you'll get to see what they're going to look like. I haven't figured out what I'll do with that bedding yet. Probably just sand it down, make it level. I don't know if they've grooved, if there's a groove underneath here, that they grooved a little bit for that epoxy to sit in, or whether it's just sitting on top. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will. Once again, there's that barrel channel I told you to pay attention to when we were done, how nice and clean that was going to look, and it certainly does. So everything looks good. Like I say, most of the dings popped out. This is going to be a really nice stock when I get it all stained and tongue oiled. It's just in excellent shape. And then the handguards all came out nice. I mean, a couple of them developed some minor cracks, but overall, I always look at the overall situation, and if we've helped the overall situation, well, then that's my main goal. If You know, I was raised in the auto body trade, and there was a saying that we used to use that sometimes you have to do a little bit of damage to do a lot of good. So sometimes, you know, you had to cut into something or cut something apart to get in and repair it properly, but it's the same with this. If through the process of cleaning it all and making it all nice and get everything out of it, get it ready for you know, repair and restoration, if we develop a small crack, now I mean, look at this piece. This piece is virtually crack free. It's beautiful. So the water doesn't damage it as long as it's a good sound piece of wood. So, and once again, that grain, let's see if I can get my trusty camera here to focus. Maybe not, eh? It's being moody again this morning, but see if I can get a shot of that grain. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Anyway, that's it for these. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to put them away now, and when I get a minute, I will fill them and stain them, and I'll keep you in the loop as I'm working away on them. That's that one that's going to need a little piece there on the edge, but that's no problem. We can take care of that. So, but they look good. That's what I was trying to achieve. So, amazing what you can do with some boiling water. Like I say, I've been doing it for years, and I've had virtually zero problems. So, anyway, I will keep you in the loop, and we'll see how these things look as I move along on them. All right, great. Well, here's a nice load of nice boiled wood for all you wood lovers. I got my work cut out ahead of me, though. All these stalks need to be blocked straight, and then any cracks need to be repaired, and any dings need to be filled, and then I'll have to stain them and tongue oil them a couple of times. So got a bit of work ahead of me here, but some of it's just spare wood that's been, you know, I've gotten over the years or past few months or whatever. There's a couple of Thompson foregrips here that you know, I'd gotten and were dirty and dinged up, and after boiling them they come out so nice and clean, so now they're ready to be repaired in any way. So and some Garand pieces. There's one here that probably, I don't know, I'll probably scrap it, but anyway, I just wanted to give it a boil and see what it looked like. It was filthy and dinged and marked up, so you can see it's already had an old arsenal repair or something to it, but I don't know, I may fix it. I might be able to get rid of that nail in there and put some filler in and some glue and make it look decent. You know, it might be good enough for a wall hanger or just something we take out in the bush and shoot. So, and that Enfield, there's Enfield pieces there from 1917. More Garand, some of it's Boyd's reproduction and some of it's original. So, but just a whole mixture of it. I just wanted you to see, you know, how nice it all looks once it's boiled. You can just see how clean and almost pristine that it looks. You know, like I say, there's still a few bits of damage in them here and there, but overall they're a vast improvement over what they were, you know, a couple of days ago. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick look at that and see if you found any of that interesting, and maybe some of you can try boiling wood on your own. You know, just got to be careful. Don't boil it too long. Just boil it about maybe 10 minutes maximum per session. And give it a couple sessions. Give it a few days in between sessions to let the oil and stuff come out. But you know, about 10 minutes per session. That's about all you want to push it. Any more than that, you're going to start cracking it. So, but anyway, just thought you might enjoy seeing that. That's kind of a nice looking load of beautiful clean wood. So instead of that old greasy black beat up stuff that we're so used to dealing with. So it's almost like handling a bunch of new stocks right now. But anyway, I'll let you go for now, and I'll let you see how these pieces are coming along. Okay, thanks. Take care.